you 10. Somebody told me no, son, and I decided you're gonna dig my style. You're gonna walk the same.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Little Cap Nation Live Sunday Good Morning Edition. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Vike says UFC was a bust. Well, I know the UFC fight picks weren't. The Max fight pick might have been a bust, but FC swept the UFC yesterday for all of his fight picks, with the exception of the Max fight pick, but not much you can do on one ankle for a duration of a fight. But other than that, he smoked the UFC yesterday. Manuel says, I just lost the Max fight pick last night on the UFC. Amazing day for me. Congrats, Manuel. Yeah, the UFC absolutely produced 2-unit fight pick parlay, 2-unit fight pick. Strong lean, winner. Great time with that one. Guaranteed Saturday was a winner. Guaranteed Saturday was a nice blowout winner. Premium plays rode the suck bus yesterday. But as I always say, if you're betting within your means and you're managing your bankroll, losing a day doesn't really fucking matter, especially when you go 5-1 the 2 days prior. So for all the people that need a bounce back today, well, it's not about what you do the next day. It's about what you do for 6 months after that. Because, if you want to focus on the short term, you're doing this whole sports betting thing all wrong. If you're living day to day, paycheck to paycheck, bet to bet, you're doing this whole thing wrong. Let me tell you. Real Champ, good morning, brother. Fred Handy says, Kyle, we're going to eat today. I believe so. Definitely going to eat today. I eat every day. Regardless if I have a winning day or a losing day, I eat every day. Why? Because I focus on the long term, not the short-term gain. Manuel says, I like FC's write-ups. Even the stay away, I make my best out of it and make my own bets. Luckily on that draw, FC said 50-50, and I hammered a draw. Frozen screen already. Woo, that's good luck. Lamont says, this betting thing is getting crazy. It's called sports betting. Nothing's new. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed from last year to this year. Nothing's changed. Dogs were winning outright last year and the year before that and the year before that and the year before that. It gets that time, especially in college basketball, a.k.a. before the tournament, where teams that are already in and going to have good seating relax and play down to the caliber of the competition that they're playing. And then there's teams like Kansas who need a good showing, or Duke who need a good showing, or Michigan State who's on probably the bubble watch, need to come out and play. No different. Nothing's changed from last year to this year, or from 2002 to 2021, or from 1979 until today. Shit is still the same. Nothing has changed. Dogs are still going to win outright today. Favorites are still going to cover the spread. Games will still go over, and there will probably be some that go under. So not much has changed. Rich Brown says, if you're in here, I'm telling you from experience, I actually love when Cal, which probably means Kyle, I believe, just giving you a hard time for spelling my name wrong, but it's okay. When Kyle has a bad day on premiums, remember, I'm not the only one that's out here picking the premiums. There's actually more than us. But I'll take the heat. It's no problem. But when he has a bad day on premiums, because we always bounce back strong. Fact. Thank you for pointing that out. And plus, you're still in the plus in the bankroll. Love you too, Rich Brown. Appreciate you throwing that out there as well. Much appreciated. Definitely. A lot of people crying over, unless you signed up yesterday. I get it. If you signed up yesterday and that was your first day betting premium plays ever, then yeah, I understand the tears. But if you've been riding with us, because let me tell you, 5-1 the 2 days before that, I think everybody's going to be okay, plus all the other winners before that as well for premium plays. Oh, Brent says, chores never stop. Sorry, I'm late. Right? Mine are still waiting for me. Let me tell you that those Kansas future bets I have are probably looking pretty good right now, huh? Fred Andy says, betting responsibly will always keep your head above water. That's 100% fact. 100% fact. Ronald Brown says, good morning, Sly Fox. We have to take the good, the bad, and the ugly betting on humans. 100%, my brother. 100%. All Brent says, I woke up and won a soccer bet. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Fact. You're going to have weeks out of 52 in a year where you're not making money. You might be paying the book. You might have a couple weeks where, where a stretch where you're paying the book. It happens. You have to take the bad with all the good that you're going to have. So, if you can't stomach that, well, let me tell you, sports betting is not for everybody. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for the people that can't manage their money. It's not for people that can't have... Well, I guess it is for everybody. However, not everybody will be successful, let me tell you. But one thing that is for certain, if you're the type of person that wants to be on our premium plays, you buy a 3-day package, you win all kinds of money, then you disappear, and then you come back 4 days later, and you jump on, and then you lose a day, and you're all up shit's creek because you just lost a day. I'm going to tell you, you're doing the sports betting thing wrong as well. You got to have consistency. I preach this in everything that you do in sports betting. Consistency, consistency, consistency. And if you can't be consistent, then you won't be successful. That's a fact. Got to be consistent. James says Pacific over was easy money last night. Thank you. Members only. Free play. Members only free play. Getting the job done. Speaking of members only. So for everybody that's not a YouTube exclusive member, put out a video yesterday and a breakdown explaining why San Francisco and Pacific not only was going to go over the total, but I was going to focus the big one on the first half going over 63. We ended up with 66. It was a little closer than I would have anticipated or liked, but there was a couple little stretches of lulls there in the scoring between both teams. And I'm actually shocked San Francisco got their butt spanked by 7. But the over cashing, the over in that one, 135. What'd they end up getting? 145 or 145. So nailing down those YouTube exclusive members only videos. We're going to have a members only live show today. And by the way, there's going to be a members-only video for Monday as well. We're going to be putting out that members-only content this week as well. You're going to have to bear with me. We're going to have members-only live shows over next weekend, but we're going to have content throughout the week for everybody, and it's going to be a lot of fun stuff. So I am going on a small little trip, meeting my parents and in their motorhome and our motorhome, bringing the new boat. I did pick up the new boat yesterday. Talk more about that later if we have time, because we've got a busy morning. But members only. If you are a YouTube exclusive member already, you need to take your phone right now. Everybody take out your phone, open up your alarm, and set it for 2:30 Eastern time. All right? 2:30 Eastern time. And then, the way that you find the members only live show, because YouTube is in beta mode for the members only live shows, and they don't always send out notifications. The best way to find the show, go back to our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, type in Cappers Direct, click on our channel, click on videos. Click on videos. And then it'll show up there. Or check the YouTube community page. Or check my Twitter at CapNationKyle. Or check the company's Twitter at Cappers Direct LV. We post links on all of our social medias. That way you can find it. Daryl Brooks, I didn't get the members only video yesterday. Well, did you go to YouTube to get it? It's your responsibility to come to YouTube to get it. It was posted with like 5 hours to go before the game. Plenty of time. We post it in the community page, every one of our social medias, all of that stuff. And if you don't follow me on Twitter, here's a link to my Twitter. That way you can follow me. Loyalty Booker, what is the cutoff time for the Sunday guarantee play today in hoops? I believe it's late, 7 p.m. Eastern time. 7 p.m. Eastern time is the cutoff for today's game. Vike says, if you can't find the YouTube members only, check the community tab. For some reason, mine shows up there, not under videos. Learning the hard way by missing a couple. I'm the one that posted in the community page. I posted in the community page because I believe that's one of the easiest places to find the video. And you have to realize when you go to our YouTube channel and you click on videos, you have to scroll down below that first set of videos and you have to go down to the section that says members only videos. There's videos, there's sections under there. There's all videos, which won't show the members. Then there's members, and then there's strictly live. So you have to go down to the members only in order to find it. But again, great suggestion there, Vike. Just go to the community page where we post things. And there will always be a link there. That's the first place that I post it to. Come on, what's going on, my brother? But again, if you want to join the YouTube community and have access to today's members only live show and tomorrow's members only video, click the join button right down below or the dollar symbol, and then it'll pop up options to purchase. There's two different packages, a $9.99 a month and a $14.99 a month. The difference between the two is the $14.99 a month is you get double the content. Jay Shep says, or follow them on Twitter and have your notifications on. Exactly. Exactly. Sometimes I tweet, a lot. So if you have notifications on, you may be getting a lot of them. But if you at least do the company's notifications, the company Twitter account doesn't tweet nearly as much as me. Nowhere near as much as me. Then you won't get bothered by as much tweets. But yes, the big Sunday guarantee play is back today. That's one thing that we generally do right on Sundays all the time. And it's going to be a good one. So if you're not on it, time to get on it. Time to get on it. If you're on my personal plays, they're not out yet. Loyalty, thank you, appreciate that. Says if Cappers Nation or Kyle has a A day where picks don't go right, don't panic, because they always bounce back to make up for a losing day. Nobody is consistent as them. You'll win way more than you lose. You know, nobody should be panicking after losing a day. Hell, you should be able to lose a week or two, technically, and not panic. Because if you can't survive a bad week, your bankroll management logic in theory is completely wrong. Now, does it suck to lose by it? Guys, I don't think there's anybody that's a bigger, poorer sport that hates fucking losing than me. I mean, I absolutely despise it. It's the one thing in life that I hate. I'm not a loser in anything that we do. We'll be successful in everything that we do. And I absolutely hate donking off money to the book. I hate giving anything back. Don't like it. Don't like it. Let me tell you. No poorer sport than me when it comes to losing. However, one mentality that you have to change in this industry, in this world that we're doing of sports betting, is you have to embrace the days that are going to be losing, or the weeks. You might have a month that loses. You have to be able to weather the storm, because it's all about the long term. Now, if I only focused on this week or today, and if I lost today, I'm fucked tomorrow, or if I lost this week, I'm screwed next week, or if I had a bad month this month, then I'm screwed for the rest of the season. If that's what my mentality was, I'd be doing everything wrong. Now, granted, my bankroll's bigger, which means I'm afforded the luxury of betting bigger. However, I still have to manage my bankroll. I can't just say, oh man, I'm losing, I'm going to go fire $100K on a premium play because it's the last one of the day and I got to get even today. Or damn, I'm down $50K because of game of the year. I need to go bigger. I need to go bigger on something. No way. Does it suck to be in the red? Always. But if you stay consistent and you stay in your lane, and you ain't swerving all over the fucking place like some crazy, mad 70-year-old lady driving down the Vegas Strip, stay in your lane, and I promise you get to the end. That don't matter if you're betting our plays, your own plays. If you start doing things more consistently, you'll see a drastic improvement in your sports betting. Fact. Can we break down the Houston game? Sure, we'll take a look at that one. I have no problem taking a look at that one. Absolutely, Alex. Yesterday might have hurt, but again, if you guys start focusing on the long term, bad days won't hurt you anymore. Bad days won't hurt you anymore. If everybody, that would be in a good world, which, obviously we know it's not going to happen. In a perfect scenario, if you guys focused on the long term and what you were going to do 6 months from now, hell, even 3 months from now, having a bad day, you wouldn't even think about, oh yeah, yesterday hurt. Not really. Put your plays in consistently, daily, on whatever your system may be. Your system may be doing it on your own, and you've got your own system on how you've developed handicapping games. Your system may be purchasing our premium plays or somebody else's plays. Whatever your system is, or maybe it's just coming to Cap Nation to bet on what we put out. Follow your system, put in your plays. Once you put them in, there's nothing that you could do about it. Now, obviously, you could hedge the other way instantly and lose 10%. Art says in sports betting, you need a short memory and move on to the next. Absolutely. Put in your plays, move on. As soon as I'm done betting, making my wagers, it's focusing on the next day. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You can't control any aspect of the outcome of a game. K-Dick says, my wife says, tell him to stop crying about losing. You can't win everything, right? Les, good morning, brother. We can't cry over Tennessee not covering the spread. You can't change that outcome. There would have been nothing, if you guys would have been sitting on your asses watching that Tennessee game, and you actually, other than Thomas here, and you're watching that game stressing your ass off because they're getting beat by Auburn, then you're doing it all wrong. Because you stressing if you're stressing, there's nothing that you can do to change the outcome of that game. Nick says, I don't think the UFC is for me. I haven't had any luck with it when I do get on it. Well, it's about consistency. It really is. It's about consistency. Being on it once a month when there's an event every single week is not consistent. You get to take all the great, but you got to take that little bad that comes with it. FC lost the max fight pick yesterday. But by the way, he swept the main card. He did not lose a fight on his fight card package. FC might have lost the max fight pick, but he won every single thing else that he put out yesterday in the UFC. Scott, after having said all of this, what are we throwing on the guaranteed Sunday play? As far as how much am I betting on it? As far as how much I'm betting on it, I've got $15K on it already, but I'll bet it again here in a little bit. Alex says, if you're betting 100 on premium or personal, what should you be betting on on a guaranteed play? Depends what your bankroll is, brother. Just depends what your bankroll is. You can treat the guaranteed games all by themselves. You know what I mean? If your bankroll supports you betting bigger, maybe you just like betting $100 on the premiums for the action. That way you can't get stuck or you can't get hurt. $100 a game is not life altering if you were to drop a couple games and have a bad week. But as far as the guaranteed games, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, depending on what your bankroll is. I treat the guaranteed games completely separate than premium or my personal plays. Scott, that's one thing that's true, and that's one thing that I say all the time. The UFC may be a crapshoot, but you could handicap it. FC does an exceptional job, and even when he's wrong, the write-ups are generally right, but something will happen to change the outcome of that fight, a.k.a. ankle kicks. That calf kick yesterday. He was able to predict it. The guy didn't defend it. There's not much you can do standing on one leg. Real Champ says Alex about to throw 1,000 on it. Telling somebody, me advising somebody how much to bet on a game, there's so much that goes into knowing what is in your bankroll and what's behind your bankroll. If you go bust, you have more to add into it, all of that stuff. Some people say, I only have $1,000 bankroll. Okay, well, do you have a pot to piss in, or is that your only $1,000? If you were to lose all of that 1,000, then what? There's, income-wise, there's so many aspects that you have to pull to find out exactly, what your bankroll's supposed to be. I can't tell you guys that. I don't know what you guys do for a living. I don't know if you've got a pot to piss in, or if you're pissing in the bush. And one thing that I always preach when it comes to, I don't bet a fight pick for the same amount as a premium play. You're out of your fucking mind. One wrong, one punch and you lose a bet. No, I'll take a 2-hour game and put my money on that, because generally speaking, the correct team wins most of the time for the sides that we're on. Real Champ says max fight pick was Canelo, 3rd round knockout, right? I preach this to you guys all the time. You guys don't see me in here saying I put $15,000 on a max fight pick. You're out of your fucking mind. But no, Scott, it's 100% true when it comes to the, betting on MMA. Less pissing off the back of a Vexus, right? Absolutely. There's so many extra variables while betting MMA that are out of your control, that are less likely betting other sports. AKA, it's more likely somebody's going to take a punch to the face than your star kid blowing out his knee in a basketball game. It's more likely that there's going to be an eye poke that might affect the outcome of a fight than that 5-star freshman breaking his ankle. So take that into consideration. Am I knocking the UFC? Fuck no. FC has made us a absolute shit ton of money. And if you were on the overall everything that he put out yesterday and you didn't find a way to make money, then you bet his UFC incorrectly. Duke says FC nailed those first 2 fights, and I got a flashback when he swept the board. He swept the board with the exception of the max fight pick. Karen says, glad the main event was free, boring as hell. Hey, that's fighting. Hey, do you want to take Rosenstruck's punch to the face? Fuck no. Either would I. I would have had that same fight approach. He dominated him without ever really putting himself in jeopardy. Got a 5-round decision in his favor. Walked out. He's still in talks for, a much bigger fight and on his path to victory, aka a heavyweight title shot. Not every fight is going to be lights out, beat the fuck out of each other. If you guys have never watched a Mayweather fight, don't buy it if you're looking for action. He's not going to get hit. He's going to pop a couple people, couple times around, bounce around, make sure he plays defense and doesn't get hit and make somebody look stupid. And then he'll get that decision victory. So while it may be boring, see, you like to see blood squirting? Well, fuck, you might want to go watch Bare Knuckle Brawlers or whatever they're called, because K-Dick says the Riviera fight was the best fight of the night. I agree. And unfortunately, man, his ankle was taken out. I can't believe he was still able to go on. He was still able to go on, keep pounding and moving forward. Peter, in order to see the Sunday play, because it is posted, when you log in with your cell phone, make sure you turn it sideways, aka turn it sideways. Scroll down until you see your username. Then either right next to it or right below it, depending on what phone you have. And then click the small little box with 4 windows inside it. And then scroll down. Duke says FC explains how to bet his plays 3 times throughout the write-ups. Right? Might have been a boring fight card, but man, he won every fight on his fight package. The only thing he lost was a max fight pick, only because that dude was on one ankle. Alex, was it broken? I don't know if it was broken, but I know he couldn't stand on it. Anytime he was kicked on it, even a light kick, it would knock him down. From the first round, that thing was compromised. K-Dig says Ohio State looking for a big bounce back. Glenn W., can I post a picture of the new boat on Twitter? Sure. I absolutely can. I was going to yesterday, to be honest. I knew Premium Plays had a bad day yesterday, so I didn't want to brag. I'm out there spending $50K on a brand new boat, paying cash, and Premium Plays were losing. So I didn't want to, I didn't want to rub it in. You know what I mean? After Guaranteed Saturday yesterday, I've got, between that and winning on my Game of the Week, I've got my money back from the Game of the Year disaster. I'm back in the hole, that and from the 3-0 and 3-0 and 2-1. I'm sitting in the back in the green, which is good, but I just didn't want to post it yesterday and it being bad taste, you know what I mean? People are having a bad day and here I am paying cash for the, a new boat. But yeah, I'm posting it right now. Duke says, oh, who cares? We want to see that new ride. Yeah. Peter, yeah, the play's already posted. You need to turn your phone sideways, scroll down, click the small box with 4 windows in it, and then scroll down again. Alrighty, there. I just posted it, Glenn. Nevrez, it will. It'll be a nice big win. It'll be a nice big win. What else did I miss in the comment section? Yeah, Shane, I thought the 76ers would have won yesterday, too. I was actually a little shocked. Joe Free says FC's write-ups are official. They are. I mean, he's absolutely spot on. Albrecht says Tottenham with a 4th. Geez, runaway winner. 2-0 soccer this morning. I like starting off 2-0. I turned off my notifications so I wouldn't see them. But I like seeing your guys' updates even better. Emmanuel Acho is the new face of The Bachelor. He's the new host. Lord help us. Lord help us. Duke says, no, I get it. Some people could view it as distasteful. I had planned to. Vike Pun says, Kyle says, combo package expected through tomorrow. Does that include Sunday play? Does what include the Sunday play? Does your account? Everybody's account is different. If you're on the combo pack, if you buy the combo package and your account is active for it, then you'll have it. But Vike, yours extended? No. You already had the Sunday play last week. Correct? If you've already had the Sunday play and you've won, you're not going to get it again. Doesn't include 2. The only time it would include another one would be like the Saturday play if you were down. Welcome, Peter. Thank you, Raymond. Appreciate that. James. But yeah, I didn't want to make it in, it was just wrong timing to post it yesterday. Thank you, Neverett. Appreciate that. I'm excited. Sitting in the garage at home. It's all tucked in its place. It's I ordered new power poles, which are, hydraulic shallow water anchors for the back of it. Some new, it's already got GPS and fish finders on it, but I took one off the other boat. All kinds of parts stacked up, waiting for it all week long in the garage. So after this trip, I'll tear it apart and add all my good stuff to it. Dave Mason from BetOnline just retweeted my tweet. I guess you enjoyed your winnings. P.S. When do I get to go out on it? Guess we should take him out fishing, right? All right, so. And believe that blue is a little misguiding in the picture. It's pretty similar to my surf boat blue, the blue and gray. So that's why I got the blue model, so that way it matches the surf boat. Speaking of the surf boat, the weather's getting warm and I'm starting to sweat when I'm outside. So you know what that means, right? It means it's surf boat time. All right, so we are going to break down some games. We're going to jump into those. I know you guys asked for a few of them. I know you guys asked for the Houston game. I don't remember what the other game was that you mentioned. But we'll take a look at a few of these games. Smaller board for a Sunday. Duke, am I selling the old boat? The old fishing boat? Yeah, I've already got it sold. Young kid that I fished a couple tournaments with that lives locally near me. Just bought a pickup truck. Matter of fact, I think he picks his truck up Tuesday, and this is going to be his first boat. So, gave him a good deal on it, and I like to see the younger generation continue on with the fishing. Thank you, Tim. Nathan says he might go Nevada. Man, good old Wolfpack have been just an absolute dumpster fire as of late? Oh, it was the Memphis Cincinnati game people were asking for. Thank you, Alex. And yeah, I was going to post it yesterday because, trust me, I was very excited. And then guaranteed Saturday won with Michigan, and Navy won, and I was like, yeah. And when I finally got it home, I had to move the other boat out of the garage into the back with the surf boat, move the motorhome around, all this yada, 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 yada. And by then, we had lost a couple games. I was like, oh, man, it might be bad taste. Tim, it's already shown. It's on my Twitter at CapNationKyle. Cash the best is Kyle. You're not holding a baby behind a shower curtain, betting $50 a game. So can't trust you. Hee hee. Just kidding. Love it. Absolutely love it. No, it was on Riviera. Renault. Love it. And the best part about that parlay that I made was, all I did was bet our plays. I didn't bet something you guys didn't have access to, wasn't holding it out on you. All I did was just bet our plays. All right, so moving on for today, let's jump into these breakdowns. We'll take a look at that. Move this one over here. We'll take a look at that Memphis and Cincinnati game. I know somebody in here asked for it. Going to be some marquee matchups. Iowa at Ohio State today. White, right, K. Diggs? Oh, Karen. I haven't seen the video, but I heard about it. Alrighty. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. I probably could have done a much better job on the actual purchase price and the deal of the boat. But I really wasn't in the mood to play the whole sales game. Just give me the damn boat. Let's go, baby. All right, so move over to college basketball here for the odds. I was actually just looking at some other stuff here. Thank you, Joe. Can't wait to catch the first one. Coming soon. Hopefully tomorrow. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate that. All right, logging back in. Just got logged out. I'll start these breakdowns. Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it. Memphis, Cincinnati game 793, 794. The late night turd play, right? The late night turd steam chaser. We had a little late night special last night on the first half over in the San Francisco game for members only. And the full game over. If you guys are not a YouTube exclusive member, you're going to miss the members only live show at 2:30 Eastern Time, 1:30 Central, 12:30 Mountain, and 11:30 Pacific. Uno, it's long term, baby. You'll get there. Marlo says, let the fool be fools. Kyle, horse to water. Exactly. All right, so jumping into this one. Taking a look at the old Memphis Tigers, 13-6 on the year, winners of 4 straight. Back-to-back wins over UCF, beating East Carolina and Tulane. Their most recent win, their 15-point victory over Tulane on Wednesday at home. They're going to finish their regular season with 3 straight road games, and it ain't going to be easy for them. They get Cincinnati today, they get South Florida on Tuesday, and they get Houston on this next Sunday, a week from today, to end their regular season. Don't worry, we'll have that poll spinning at one time. Cincinnati, on the other hand, 9-8 for the Bearcats. Winners of 2 straight. We haven't been able to say Bearcat down since Houston kicked their teeth in back on February 21st. Which you guys know we were all on Houston for the beat down in that one, and they absolutely beat them down by 38. Winners of 2 straight, beating Tulsa by 170-69 and beating Tulane by 20. West, baby, what's the guaranteed games today? It's our Sunday guaranteed play. It's only $50. It'll make you holler. You get instant access to it as soon as you sign up. When you start comparing the side-by-side numbers and you use those good old conference play numbers, because that's generally the most recent numbers, especially for a conference game like the one that we're going to get today. You've got the Bearcats 7-5 in the American Athletic Conference. You've got Memphis 9-3 in the AAC. And you start comparing those numbers. Let's take a look at Memphis on offense. 52.7% from the field. Cincinnati 48.5%. Memphis knocking down 38.9% success rate from three-point range. The number 1 shooting three-point team in the American Athletic Conference. Cincinnati coming in a subpar 32.6%. 1.2% below the Division I average. Memphis knocking down 49.6% of all their 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk. Cincinnati, a little less than that at 48.3%. Now, both of these teams struggle from the free throw line, but no more than Memphis at 59.7%. Straight disaster. How Memphis can be a quality shooting team in every category, and then they can't make a free throw, is beyond me. 59.7% shooting from the charity stripe for Memphis. 67% for Cincinnati. Taking a look in some other aspects, offensive rebounding going to be led by Memphis. 33.7% offensive rebounding rate to the 30.2% of Cincinnati. Cincinnati's on the cusp of the 2-foul participation where it really matters, 19.4% compared to the 14.8% for Memphis. If you guys are not familiar, I always preach the 2-foul participation. It's a main factor in how I approach a sports bet, especially if I'm focusing on the total or a specific team in the first half or first half total, like that San Francisco Pacific game yesterday, which I do believe had a pretty big key in it, getting all those points left with a minute and a half left in that first half, giving us a monster win yesterday. But what the 2-foul participation is it's strictly a coaching strategy. So you have John Brennan, the coach for the Cincinnati Bearcats. His coaching strategy is he will allow his players to play up to almost 20% of the remaining minutes available in the first half once they reach 2 fouls. So take Cincinnati, for example, and let's just say, Keith Williams picks up 2 fouls. If the forward picks up 2 fouls early in the first half, that senior's going to get roughly 20% of the remaining minutes available to play in the first half. Obviously, generally speaking, in college, you pick up 2 fouls in the first half. You ride the bench until the second half starts. So, theoretically speaking, Keith Williams picks up 2 fouls at the 10-minute mark. There's 10 minutes remaining. 20% of the 10 minutes remaining would be 2 minutes of playing time. Roughly, give or take, based on coaching strategy. So that would allow Keith Williams to play 2 minutes remaining. Now, if he's out on that court, how likely is he to go jump at a loose ball and risk a loose ball foul? How likely is he to swat at a rebound? How likely is he to maybe risk a questionable blocking foul rather than taking a charge? Very less likely. So when you see a team with a high 2-foul participation, it allows the game to have more opportunities. Doesn't always happen, but it allows the game to have more opportunities for easy scoring. Easy buckets. Especially when you get faster-paced teams. So in this situation with this game, it's not a big factor. Memphis participates 15% of the time, 19.4% for Cincinnati. You really don't see anything until above 20%. So Cincinnati's right at 19.4%. So it's right on the cusp from where you'll potentially see a difference. Doesn't always pan out that way, but most of the time it does. Especially, like that San Francisco Pacific game last night for the members only that had a super high percentage. I believe they were in the 60s apiece. So it's definitely a major factor in a lot of games. Marlo says, new boat named the Bookie Breaker, right? I haven't named them yet, but might have to. The Parlay King. Michael, what's going on? What's on the board? Navy from yesterday. All right, so I got something in my eyeball. When you take a look at the defense between both of these teams, because I think that's really important. Memphis comes in with the number 1 rated offense in the American Athletic Conference. And by far their numbers are legit. Memphis, when they're on defense, is holding teams to 42.5% shooting. 50% for Cincinnati. Memphis is holding teams to 23.7% from three-point range. They are the number 1 team in their conference at defending the 3-ball. Believe it or not, they are the number 2 3-ball defending team in the entire country overall all season, keeping teams to 26.6% or less 3-point shooting. Memphis holding teams to 46.6% conversion of all their 2-point plays. Every jump shot, layup, and dunk. They limit offensive rebounds to the rate of 24.8%, which means they're nabbing defensive rebounds at a rate of 73.2%. Pretty damn good if you ask me. They're creating turnovers at a high rate of 22.3%. Nearly 1 out of every 4 trips down the court, Cincinnati's creating a turnover opportunity. They have the number 1 blocking defense in their conference, blocking shots at a rate of 14.4%, stealing the ball at a rate of 12.8%, number 1 in their conference. When you take a look at Cincinnati's defense, it doesn't compare. Now, Cincinnati does lead their conference at limiting offensive rebounds. I look to see that matchup. You take a look at this one, Memphis will be the bigger team by a half-inch on average per player. As far as this one go, line now is Memphis laying 4 minus $1.17, plus 4.5 minus $1.13, money line minus 180. I will be real honest with you. I like Memphis in this situation regardless of the fact that they're on the road. You could lay 4.5 minus 107, 4 minus $1.17, or the money line minus $1.80. Juice only matters when you lose. I think Memphis gets the job done. I don't think it's going to be a blowout win. I think they're going to be in a dogfight. I think Cincinnati's been rolling as of late. They had a monster stumble against Houston when Houston kicked their teeth in, which we were on. Keep on bragging about that one. Other than that, they've won 6 out of their last 7 games. Only loss was to Houston. How do they face today against Memphis? I think they lose. I think they lose outright. I think they lose outright. I could potentially see this one being a very close to the number game. Anywhere from 4 to 6 is where I have it. J-Rock says, I think Memphis wins. Memphis should be able to dominate on both offense and defense. Jared, I got an email from you. I saw it this morning, but if you're wanting to qualify for the promo, you need to read what you need to do on our website and follow those steps. Got to send in the documentation to that email address. That way we can verify your account and get you going. 0997 Abel, bottom line, will you take Memphis for the first half? In this situation, Memphis laying 2 in the first half, probably not. Although it's definitely imperative that the road team gets off to a good start and an early start. Glenn, I fish in the lakes, so it won't be bad. It's actually a pretty damn good rough water boat. That pole is spinning. That pole is spinning. Jared, I didn't get any pictures. Try sending them again. And again, calling the 888 number will do you no good with that one. Calling the office, it's a promotion that I do. So I need to send in the verification to make sure that you qualify based on your account. And then once I'm able to verify it, then you'll be good to go. Shane says, I totally agree with Kyle here. Memphis money line. I get it. Telling you guys to bet a minus 180 on the money line is a lot. That's what I'm betting. That's what I'm giving out. Juice only matters if we lose. Let's pray that we don't lose. But it's going up on the board. But first, we did drop that small play on Marquette yesterday. That was a small one. As you can see, the big one right here, Navy plus the 1, cashing big for us. Got to change the date right here. The pole is spinning, so we're winning. The pole is spinning, so we are winning. All righty. One second, folks. So we got that one. So you take Cincinnati in the first half? No. What do you not get about I'm not betting the first half? I don't have to bet the first half because I'm betting the whole fucking game. I'm taking the full game and I'm not touching the first half. What do I think about the under in the Memphis game? I think the total's priced right. I think it's spot on compared to where the books need it to be. I think they get very close. Not enough to make me want to take the under. It probably goes under by a point or two. Not enough to make me want to take it, though. If where I have a game ends up a point or two away, not something I want to be betting on. I'd rather find something with a bigger error. Like the line on this one. Money line should be higher in my opinion to scare people off of it. Leon says boat name capper number 1. Ha! Never thought about the boat name. J-Rock says you're not betting the first half, Kyle, but what I really want to know is are you betting the first half? Alex says I'd rather tease Memphis than to lay that amount of juice. Okay, Alex, go tease it, and then let me know what happens when your second team you tease it with loses. Then you'll be wishing that you just bet it straight up. By the way, minus 180 is not a lot of juice. American sports bettors are fucking spoiled. Laying points, -3, -4, -4.5, minus $1.10. You go look at soccer, boxing, the UFC. A minus 180 is not even a big favorite. Minus 180 in basketball is not a big favorite. It's a 4-point favorite. It's straight value. I can either lay 4 minus $1.17, or I can just take them on the money line and have to win by 1. James says, no, USS the GOAT. I love it. I love it. K-Dig says, unless the 2 teams on your board. Well, if it was the 2 team from yesterday, Navy and then Marquette would have kicked your ass. Wouldn't have mattered if you teased it twice. You still would have got your ass kicked. Minus 180 is not a lot of juice. It really isn't. What are you going to do when it comes to baseball? Minus 180 is not a lot of juice. K-Dig says that's why I don't bet soccer or boxing. That's why, if you're not on our soccer, that's why you're not 2-0 this morning. Thomas G's late. Juice only matters if you're losing. Manage your bankroll and you'll be just fine. People act like minus 180, minus 200s, minus 210s a lot of juice. It's actually really not in the realm of things. If you're used to betting minus 110s because of football or basketball, you're spoiled. Moneyline betting has an absolute value when it comes to betting and a straight purpose. Jack says, are you guys on MSU? No, but I got MSN on. Just kidding. I'm a Fox News kind of guy. $0.997 Abel. Okay, I will go Memphis, give up 4.5. I will bet $1,000 on it. And this is the kind of guy that will come in and complain and cry like his, mama beat his ass if he loses, but Memphis wins by 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, 0.997 Abel. Bet whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Karen, am I going to check out spring training? I'll advise it. I mean, I watch it, monitor it. Probably start going to a game or 2 here or there after my trip. K-Diggs, nobody will ever put a gun to your head and tell you need to bet something. That's a fact. That is a fact. 0-2 soccer days are rare. Very rare. A lot more winning days than losing days. J-Rock says, go back to brick and mortar book. Tell me how bright colored those teaser cards are. The book wants you to play those. 100% fact. Fight, thanks for jumping on board the Sunday Play. Neverez, thanks for jumping on board the Sunday Play as well. Only because you asked, Alex. Thank you for the compliment. Shane says, moneyline betting is my biggest way I bet. I like teasers too, but them, you both need teams to cover. The odds are against you. Fact. Fact. North Ender says, I fell for teasers when I first started betting. Now they're very rare for me. I will bet them in football. I know Shane, I know some people like to bet them in basketball. I'm not a basketball teaser kind of guy. I don't think I've ever in my life given a basketball teaser out. I just don't see value in it myself to be able to give one out. I know some people make money on them, and that's like a to each your own. More power to you type of thing. If you're successful at it, continue to do it. To me, I just prefer not to. I'd rather have a money line than a teaser. Never once said go with Memphis and give up the points. If you can hear me and you can see the board, you can see very clearly what I gave. I gave out the money line, not the points. Pretty cut and dry, pretty clear. I mean, hell, it's not even my fucking writing that's on the board. It takes my chicken scratch so you can't mistake it, and it converts it. But there it is again for you. Nowhere does that say lay 4.5 on Memphis. I said you had options to either lay 4.5 or take the money line. I wouldn't take the points or lay the points. I'd lay the juice on the money line. AKA why it's on the board. Again, thank you, Peter. Says that's just in his opinion. Didn't tell you to do anything. Go bet what you think. Exactly. My opinion. Exactly. I think it's going to be a close game. Decided by 4 or 5 points. Yes, Duke, right there says Memphis first half and lay the 4.5. Love it, Duke. Duke coming in perfect at that time. That one couldn't have came at better timing, brother. Jay Lance, the last minute, 180 points with Memphis. Nah, maybe we should take Cincinnati, guys. Maybe we should change this whole theory up and Cincinnati plus the money. Plus that $1.60. 27 units. 27 units, Duke. For a non-unit bettor, it's definitely a 27-unit one. Shane says another good money line today is Ohio State. We're going to take a look at that one. It's going to be a good game right there. North Ender says units are dumb, go all out. Absolutely. Matter of fact, call your mortgage broker and get a quick second on that house. Nick says Memphis is up. Money line is up to 191. That means you need a new book there, Nick, because BetOnline is still at 180. BetOnline still holding strong at minus 180. Stacy Roach says might have to put a money line at the end of one at the 180 where the newbies understand. LOL. Well, I do have the dash symbol. I figured that would be close enough. K-Dick says, everybody's a little feisty today. Must have been a losing day for a lot of people yesterday. K-Diggs, you're on a lot of feisty people today, right? Hey, Vike Pun, you mind not talking about the game here? Why don't we just give it away? And I promise you, the live shows will go away. Tim, you got it, buddy. You got your 3D glasses on. There you go. Michelle, any thoughts on the FIU in Western Kentucky? We can take a look at that one. First, we're going to do the Iowa and Ohio State game. K-Dick says the vibes have been negative, right? I agree with you. Little testy people today. It's all good, though. It's all good. James says if it's too much juice for you, just don't bet it. Boom. Advice of the day, James. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Even the free play. We put out a video for people to watch it, but you didn't post the free play. You said GS for the Sunday play, but again, I put a video out for the daily free play so people actually go watch it. If I wanted it to be posted, I would tell everybody, hey, the daily free play video is this, but the free play is that. Saw Memorial, YouTube won't make you pay twice. They just charge you the difference. They just charge you the difference, so you can upgrade. Saw, they won't charge you twice. YouTube's good about that, and we don't have any control over that. We don't have any control over that. But yeah, if you upgrade it, they're just going to charge you the remaining difference. They're super good about that. Cash the bet, good question. It's not a monster play. It's not like a premium play. But I'll probably have 750 to 1,000 to win. 750 or 1,000. Give me 1 second, folks. Ernesto, yeah, my plays will come out after the live show. Saw, welcome to the family side. Welcome to the family side. You'll have access to all of our exclusive content being on the family side. Welcome, welcome, welcome. One second, folks. Oh, man. Alrighty. Sam Memorial says, boom. Yep, there you go. You're in, brother. All right, so we're going to take a look at the Iowa and Ohio State game next. Get this one popped up. And then we could dive into this one. Saw, you guys are always good enough. Just got to make sure that membership level on YouTube is high enough. I'm actually surprised how many people just stay at that lower tier one compared to the family, which you get double the access. You get double the access. Give me 1 second, folks. Just popping up this breakdown for everybody. All righty. The Hawkeyes 17-7 for Fran McCaffrey and his Big Ten Conference team. coming off their demoralizing loss to Michigan that absolutely beat them down. After winning 4 straight, Rutgers, Michigan State, Wisconsin, Penn State, losing to Michigan, they get Ohio State today. Scott, what time will I be sending out plays when we're done with the live show? When they're done with the live show, I'll update the odds. Make sure everything's still good to go. And then I'll be sending them out. J-Rock says buying the $9.99 one is like buying a Tacoma. Just spend a little more and get a real truck. I love it. Yes, get the Tundra. It's funny, J-Rock, you're correct. My best friend growing up in school moved out by us. He's a pilot, commercial pilot. He was the best man at my wedding. And I bought a Tundra. And it was like a couple weeks later, he was buying a truck. And I'm like, man, just get the Tundra. It's, not much different price-wise from the Tacoma. He ended up getting a Tacoma because that's what he wanted. He wanted a little Tacoma. First, I don't think the chicks dig a Tacoma. But to me, it didn't matter. I'm married anyways. I wanted a truck that could tow my boats. And it wasn't a weekend. He's like, man, I think I should have got the Tundra. See? A weekend, and our Cap Nation members are wishing they would have had the family membership. So just do it once and do it correct, and you'll be good. Pack says, late start for me. How about the Wolverines? Good morning to you as well. And absolutely go Michigan yesterday. All right, so back to the Hawkeyes and Jeff's favorite team. They are going to have a tough game today against Ohio State on the road. Before that, don't forget they beat Wisconsin and Michigan State on the road before losing to Michigan. Scott says, I just realized that barbershop pole is pretty damn cool. Now, here's a question, guys. How loud is that flipping pole? Is it loud and annoying in the background? Because if it is, I'll shut it off. It doesn't really matter to me. I've come to appreciate the sound of the clunk, 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 clunk. You take a look at Ohio State, guys, the Buckeyes. 18-6 on the year. Chris Holtmann and his program, losers of 2 straight, losing to Michigan State 71-67 on the road, and Michigan 92-87 at home. They've got 2 games left. Iowa today, Illinois next week. Can't hear it? No problem. We'll leave it then. If you guys can't hear it, then only I can. Get that frozen screen fixed for you guys as well. Before we take the side-by-side comparison, Ohio State laying the 3, Iowa plus the 3, plus 140, road dog money. Over and under set at 156.5. First half numbers, Ohio State laying 1.5, over and under 75. North Ender says, I thought it was just me who never heard it. I'll leave the fucker on. It's easier. I don't have to lean over and click it and worry about. I have it literally like hanging out of the socket, so every time I'm like, please don't electrocute myself. Ronaldo says, turn till the motor blows, right? And then we'll just get a new one. First half total is 75. Woo, doggy. Take a look at the side-by-side comparison. You get the number 1 offense going up against the number 2 offense. And let me tell you, I don't know if we're going to see any defense today. You've got 2 subpar, shitty defenses. What are we going to see on defense? Now, I will tell you this. Ohio State can defend the 3 ball, holding teams to 32.6% shooting. That they do well. Iowa holds teams to 45.8% shooting from 2-point range. However, let's take a look at the offenses. Let's compare them side by side. You've got Iowa hitting 53.6% from the field. Woo! Ohio State higher than that, 54.3%. Offensive rebounding, Iowa coming in leading the charge at 30.2% between the 2 teams. Ohio State down to 27.6%. Offensive rebounding rate. Now, turning the ball over when you're on offense, Ohio State's doing it at 16.1% of the time, compared to the 14 of Iowa. Three-point shooting, both of these teams do it exceptionally well, none better than Iowa, who not only leads their conference, but they're number 4 in the entire country shooting the three ball. Big Ten Conference play numbers, 41.4% conversion from three-point range. They are an excellent three-point shooting team. However, like I said, they're going to be going up against a quality three-point shooting defense in Ohio State, holding teams to 32.6%. Pack says it's comforting, like a sound of money going into my account from my books account. I kind of like that. We will leave that sucker on then. Take a look. Ohio State knocking down threes at a rate of 37%, quality number there. Iowa struggles to defend the three, giving up 35.7% to opposing offenses, which is literally 2% above the Division I average for what they give up. Iowa knocking down all the two-point plays at a low rate of 48.3%. Ohio State beating them there at 53.5%. Free throw shooting, Ohio State leading the charge at 77.8%. 71.6% for Iowa. Now, no defenses are probably going to be played here. But the total on this one, 156.5. I can't touch it. It's too high for my blood. It's like a nosebleed when I start getting into that category. I'm not a big college basketball fan that likes high totals. Like I say, I always preach this. Now, it probably goes over. In reality, it probably goes over. If you put a gun to my head and you said, Kyle, over 156.5 or under 156.5, I would say, hey, if my life depended on it, let's go with the zero defense, high-scoring offense. Let's go with the over. But when you bring me back down to reality and you take that gun away, and I look at it with common sense, 156.5, it may go way over. It may go over. It may go over. However, you get any lull in the scoring, any 2-minute drought, it ain't going over if that's the case. So for me, I'll stay away. Ronald says Iowa going to be a little short. With old Jack out with that knee injury. Bobby, yes, set your alarm clock, 2:30 Eastern Time, members only live show today. Members only live show. Shane says, now that's a teaser opportunity. Take the over and knock it down 6. I'm still not a teaser fan when it comes to basketball. Even at the 150, still in the nosebleed area for me. Give me 1 second, folks. Just checking a player's account. Remember, if you sign up for our Sunday play, you get it on our website by logging in. Northander says, hit the thumbs up button. We definitely appreciate it when you do. Matt says, I agree. Kyle, hard to bet college basketball totals in the 150s. It's hard for me to stomach it. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. J-Rock says 147. That's my limit on betting an over in college basketball. Even 147 is high. I've done it. I'm not a big fan of it. J Rock says, I've always been an over better. I enjoy betting overs more than I enjoy betting unders. I don't not give out unders, or I don't not bet unders. I've always enjoyed more scoring. However, as of late, especially in college basketball, I've enjoyed a lot of unders. And I'm starting to feel the same way. Sometimes missing a lot of shots is good. Like, brick! Joe, do I like Nova? We have a play on that one, so I'm not going to discuss that game, but we've got a premium play on that game. Maybe on the total, maybe on the side, though, but I'm going to stay away from that game as far as my opinion. But again, back to Iowa and Ohio State. What do I expect out of this one? One, I expect a dogfight. You compare the numbers. Ohio State's offense is right up there with Iowa. They shoot better in some categories. They're a better free throw shooting team. They defend the three better. As far as this one goes, they have already played once. They played in Iowa. Iowa lost by 4 in that one. The line on this one, +3, -3. I think this is a dogfight. I really do. And you've got Ohio State, who has lost 2 straight. Michigan State. Both close games, losing to Michigan by 5, Michigan State to 4. And Michigan State's been trending in the right direction. However, I'm trying not to say the wrong one here. Joe says, hey Kyle, if we get 175 likes, can we get the premium play on the Nova game? Yeah, you guys get us 175 likes before we get off live, and I'll give that one out. As far as this one goes, call me crazy, and this is a straight lean. But I lean towards Iowa +3 here. I really do. And am I going to bet it? No. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be a dogfight. Hell, Iowa may lose by 4. Maybe they lose by 5. Maybe they lose by 1. Maybe they win outright by 1 or 2. I think this is a must-win for Ohio State. But I also believe with that conference tournament right around the corner. Both of these teams need to end their season strong. Iowa's got 3 games left, and it ain't going to be easy for them today. They get Nebraska and Wisconsin to end the regular season as well. Matt says Kyle's out at 174. I was going to say 168, I don't want to cut it too fucking close. But I do lean towards Iowa +3. But again, I think it's going to be extremely close. Extremely close, and too close for me to want to bet it. As far as the total goes, I think it's too high for me. Well, I don't think it's too high for these two teams' defense that we'll be playing. It's too high for me to want to put a bet on the total. Let me rephrase that way. So I'm steering clear of the total. As far as the first half goes, no opinion on the first half. When you get two teams that are going to be in a dogfight, you really need to allow them that full 40 minutes to be able to, play the game. Especially, where I think there's going to be a game that's super close. All right, next one that we're going to be doing, that South Florida-Houston game, which I promised. I know somebody asked earlier. We will take a look at that one pretty quickly. Houston laying that big number later on today. Little 4 p.m. Eastern time game there. That number's actually gone up. It was 18 this morning, 18.5. Houston laying 18.5 minus $1.13. Over and under set at 132 between South Florida and Houston today. South Florida a plus 750 money line dog. First half numbers, Houston laying 11, over and under 62. Quick little fast breakdown, because you know I gotta get off before you guys get to 175. Holy shit, better speed this one up. Just kidding. I don't even see what the likes are at. I can see they're over 100, but it doesn't tell me the other three unless I go to another page. Remember that Sunday guaranteed play, you have until 7 p.m. Eastern time to get on board. $50 does come with our guarantee. And we keep knocking these suckers down every Sunday. Literally, nearly every Sunday for you guys. Keep knocking these big ones in. Stealing from the books, so don't miss out. Don't miss out. Scott says if you give a breakdown on the Sparta game, I'll buy some sort of a month package from you. My brother Joe Dirt Joseph, welcome to the family. Hope you're doing well. Again, thoughts and prayers are still with you and your family there, brother. And Scott, doing a breakdown on a game should make somebody buy a month package or not. Means, if that's the case, we've heard that story a time or two. Joe Free says, let's show Kyle what Cap Nation does. Uh-oh, time to go. You're at 160. Time to go. All right, South Florida, Houston. South Florida 8-9 on the year for the Bulls. Brian Gregory and his AAC team just 4-7 in conference play. Coming off their ass kicking by Temple. Losing 65-47 when they already beat them 83-76 in the first one. Then you've got the Cougars guys out of Houston. Kelvin Sampson and the Cougars 19-3 on the year. 12-3 in conference play. Last loss was on February 18th to Wichita State. Losing by 5. Since then they beat the Bearcats. Bearcat down. And they also beat Western Kentucky 81-57. What happens in this big game today for Houston? They only have 2 games left. They get today and then they get Memphis next Sunday. Side-by-side comparison, first of all, you know, Houston with that best number 1 rated offense there in the American Athletic Conference. They have the number 2 rated defense as well. They're going to be going up against a undermanned and just outgunned South Florida team. You know, however, South Florida will be the taller team here than Houston. They're going to be the bigger team, no doubt about it, on average. You know, you got Houston hitting 50% from the field, 44% for South Florida. You've got Houston knocking down 35% of all their three-point attempts, 33 for South Florida. Houston hitting 48% of all their two-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk, and just 41.6% for South Florida. Free throw shooting, Houston does it right, 72%, 65.8% for South Florida. Every situation that you look at on offense, except Offensive rebounds, South Florida does absolutely horrible. Offensive rebounds, they do quality 35.6%. However, they should be, out-rebounded by a Houston team that's nabbing offensive rebounds at a rate of 39%. Two-foul participation won't matter. Houston's in at 8%. South Florida's in at 3.9%. Comparing the defenses side by side, there is no comparison. You've got Houston holding teams to 42% shooting. South Florida giving up 52. Houston holding teams to 29.8% three-point shooting. South Florida giving up 35.9. Houston giving up just 41% of all the two-point plays. South Florida over 50.5%. When you compare the numbers side by side, Houston should absolutely dominate this team today and in this matchup. However, it should be a gimme game for them. They already know that. They played on Thursday. They play today. Then they get a full week off and play on Sunday to end the regular season against Memphis. Are they concerned with absolutely smashing South Florida by 19 or more points? Probably not. Now, do they do it? Probably. Do they have the capability to do it? Probably. Should they do it? Probably. Am I going to do it? No. Why? Much like Loyola of Illinois, laying 18 or 19 with a couple games that really have no bearing on the outcome of their season. Now, they need to win. They need to keep notching those victories and doing what they do. As far as their conference play goes, they're 12-3 on the year. Memphis is 9-3. That'll be a big conference battle next Sunday. Wichita State 9-2. Houston's going to win. It's just a matter of how much. Just a matter of how much. Now, if you put the gun to my head, I would take Houston laying the 18.5. However, I'm not going to. I think it's a lot. One aspect of this game that I do like, I think we see some points in this game. I think it's going to be obviously a much higher scoring game for Houston. 172, got to go. See you guys tomorrow. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody. Got to go. 172, got to go. Thanks, Joe, for orchestrating this, but we'll see you guys tomorrow. Just kidding. I wouldn't do you guys like that. Could you imagine what a dick move that would be? But as far as this one goes, the total, I do lean towards the total. I do like the total over 132. I think they get there. I don't think it'll be like a 140 or 150. I don't think South Florida is even capable to put up that type of points. But I definitely think it gets there. First half over 62. I'd probably lay off of that one. I'd focus more on the full game 132. Obviously a blowout by Houston. Blowouts generally stay under, so be careful. Shane says, I feel a free play coming on the Nova game. Brent says, picked the wrong day not to parlay. Don't you hate it when that happens, bud? Don't you hate it when that happens? Princess Chacha says Houston over 132 is the play. They'll put up 80. That's where I about have them. That's where, where I see the game going. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. At least you won, Brent. North Ender says, yeah, definitely always good to be winning. Keep them coming, and I might throw something out there, a deal for all of our YouTube members today. Keep them coming. Ivan says over 131 in the Nova at Butler game. All right, so I guess we got to break down the Nova game now. Yes, we got to break down the Nova game. Villanova and Butler going down in 38 minutes. Oh, Brent says it's Kyle's fault. I'm betting on soccer in the first place. I never used to bet on soccer. You know, hey, Brent, you know you're liking betting on soccer, though. Soccer's fun. Just wait until that international baseball comes and you get to wake up and you realize that you went 3-0 or 4-0 while you were sleeping. You think it was cool waking up to a soccer winner? Wait until you wake up to 4-0 and cashing that big parlay when it comes to Japanese or South Korean baseball. That's fun. All right, so the Nova breakdown coming up as promised. Thank you all for your love and your support. Alex, did we break down the Houston game? Yes, we already did. You're late. Hit the rewind button. All right, so Nova, a.k.a. Wildcats. Jay Wright in his program, 15-3 on the year. 10-2 in the Big East Conference. Winners of 2 straight. Winners out of 4 out of their last 5. Their only loss was to Creighton, losing in an ass-kicking by 16. We can talk about their losses. They lost to Virginia Tech on November 28th in overtime. They lost on February 3rd to St. John's in a shocking loss, 70-59 on the road. There are 3 losses. 1 was a neutral site game, and the other 2 were all road games. They have not lost at home all season long. However, sorry guys, they're not playing at the Finneran Pavilion today. They're on the road. They have 3 games remaining. They get Butler today, Creighton, with hopes to revenge their loss on Wednesday, and they'll get Providence next Saturday. Taking a look at their opponent today, the Butler Bulldogs, 8-13 on the year for Laval Jordan and his Big East Conference team, just 7-11 in conference play. They get Villanova today. They get Creighton next Saturday. What have they done all season long? They've done a lot of losing. They've already lost to Villanova once. They lost by 19 back on December 16th. It was on the road in Villanova, Pennsylvania. Here they are at home, where they have had some success. They beat Seton Hall at home. They beat St. John's in overtime at home. They beat DePaul at home. They beat Creighton in overtime at home. And they beat Providence earlier in the year at home. However, they did lose to Marquette. They did lose to Xavier. They did lose to UConn. Southern Illinois also beat them on their own home court as well. Playing at the Hinkle Fieldhouse does not have that much of a home court advantage. Holds 9,100 screaming Butler Bulldog fans. However, you don't have to worry about 9,100 screaming fans today. Take a look at the side-by-side comparison. First of all, you get the number 1 offenser in the Big East with Nova. You also get the number 3 defense with Butler. How can Butler defend against Villanova? We're going to find out. You got Nova hitting 54% from the field, 46.8% for Butler. Turnover rate, Villanova does it the least amount in their conference, 14.2% of the time. 3-point shooting, you have the number 1 3-point shooting team in the Big East Conference, 38.5% for Nova, 31.9% for the Butler Bulldogs. Two-point shooting, 50.5% conversion for Nova, 46% for Butler. Free throw shooting, the number 1 free throw shooting team in the Big East Conference, knocking down 79.2%. And the 18th overall in the entire country, that's Nova. And then you've got Butler, 64.7% free throw shooting. Big Albert says, Memphis moneyline on my book is -160. Even better. Even better. I haven't looked to see what the updated odds on BetOnline are, but they're -160 on BetOnline. Even nice. Even nicer. Even nicer. As far as this one goes, 2-foul participation, Butler will participate 20% of the time. As far as this one goes, Nova's laying 11.5 for the full game. -$1.19 on BetOnline. -6.5 for the first half. Over and under at 130.5. First of all, first half discussion. I lean towards Nova in the first half. I think they cover the first half, okay? I think they'll cover the first half. However, let's just say they get out to a slow start. Let's just say they get out to a slow start. And they're dragging ass. That's where you don't want to be putting all your marbles in the first half. All right? It is a 40-minute game. Villanova is the much better team. Now, does this game matter to them? They've got 3 games left in their season. All conference games. They lead the Big East with a conference record of 10-2. You've got Creighton coming up behind them in conference play, 13-5. They need a win. Does it need to be a giant blowout? Not necessarily. Is it going to be a 12-point victory or more? Absolutely. Absolutely. That poll is already spinning. Now, we gave out Villanova when the line was actually at 11. That line has moved a half a point. Am I concerned? Well, some of you guys may have a full point. Bet online is -1.5 or -11.5, minus $1.19. See if the board will do this via TIA. No? What is that like? Tits NS? No, that's not going to work. There we go. I thought it said TNA for a second. I was like, whoa, it's just my morning. I need to get a little floor plate. I have an outlet receptacle in the floor, and there's a hole in it. Edgar, what's my thoughts on the Navy and the NC State game? I don't know if I'll have time to discuss those. Matter of fact, I know I won't have time to discuss those. But again, Nova, baby. Nova and Nova big. That is a premium play. That is a premium play. Matter of fact, there you go. There you go. K-Dig, what's my thoughts on the term unit? I don't do units. I don't do units. I flat bet everything. All of our premium plays that we put out, I will bet the exact same dollar amount on. Every single one of my personal plays, I will have the exact same dollar amount on. Now, the to-win amount will be the same. All right? The to-win amount will be the same. Let me rephrase that. The to-win amount will be the same. Jay Pink says, how about a personal play? Gave you guys one yesterday on Navy. Can't give them all out. If not, the company will fire my ass. Alex says, that's not fair. I already have that. It's okay. There's another on the board, and there's a daily free play. And you have the Sunday guarantee play, so you'll be good, Alex. You'll be good. Alrighty, so that is what we have for this morning. Remember that Sunday guarantee play. It's $50. If you're not on it, you're going to be crying and wishing that you were. All right? You get instant access to it. Go sign up. Get signed up on it. You'll be good to go. Scott, you're looking to get through March Madness. I didn't get a text. I don't remember getting a text, brother. Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know where I missed your message yesterday either. Crazy. I will reply. Let me get off the live show and I'll reply to you, brother. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Remember, members only live show. Members only live show. Set your alarm clocks now. YouTube doesn't always send out notifications. Members only live show, 2:30 Eastern Time, 1:30 Central, 12:30 Mountain, and 11:30 Pacific time. All right? Live show is going to be good again. Feel free to spam the chat. Back up the Cap Nation's Brinks truck. We're going to have a good time. Thomas, thanks for jumping on board. DJ Ayers says, this is why this is one of the best shows around. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know there's a lot of other options out there. There's a lot of clowns. There's a lot of dingbats. There's some dogs out there. There's people holding babies. I know you guys have a lot of choices in this world when it comes to who you choose to get your sports betting advice from. Or maybe you're just here for the shit show. But I want you to know I appreciate each and every single one of you. Each and every single one of you. Now, let's have some fun today. All right? Enjoy those free plays. Remember, always, always, always wager responsibly within your means. Within your limits, not over your head. Don't want to hear anybody ever getting hurt. We're betting on humans, but I believe we're on the right side today. John, who was holding the baby? I remember seeing a screenshot of it. Somebody in here can say who it is. But somebody on another live show was holding a baby. Looked like they were taking a shit, filming a video. Because they're filming like outside their bathroom or in their bathroom or something like that. Brent, I believe it was a one-time thing, but yeah, it definitely happened. Scott says, go Chelsea for those that have them. If you're on Chelsea, good luck. I don't have anything on that one. Our soccer's all 2-0. Atalanta this morning. Tottenham this morning with a blowout. Shane, that is correct. One was a premium play, not a free play. That is a fact. That is a fact. A lot of crazy individuals out there trying to call themselves professional sports bettors. I'd rather be a professional sports investor than just a regular bettor betting $50 on a game trying to say I make a living at it. Because I'm betting a lot more than 50. All right, folks, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to see you guys all live in 3 hours. We will see you guys live in 3 hours for the members only live show. Members only live show 3 hours from now. Alex, we're sweeping the board, baby. Plays will be out here shortly. Click that join button, the $sign below, the join now in the description, and you can come join us on the YouTube exclusive side. $14.99 a month for the family membership, $9.99 for the nation. All right, guys, good luck. Please wager responsibly, and we'll see you guys all live in 3 hours. Good luck, everybody.